Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome back to the shop. Been a while, but we're getting going here on another little project. I do like to, in the fall, aerate my yard. I have a pull behind aerator, which I'll show you in a minute here. And it's kind of a death trap the way I got it set up, but we're gonna make modifications to make it a little easier to store and move around. So we'll get back there and take a look at this thing and show you what my plan is. Alrighty, here's my pull behind the aerator. I have permanently mounted weights to it. That's one bag of cement for each square. 60 pounds a piece, 60 pounds a bag of cement anyway. Anyway, the problem with this thing is the way the transport wheels are set up. Once you let that thing down, it becomes very tippy. It wants to tip to the back, and if you ain't careful, that tongue will catch you right where you don't want to be caught. I'll kind of show you a little bit here what I'm talking about. I'll try to get the camera set up and unhook it once for you. So what we're going to do is I got these parts and pieces here. I got two different size tubing that slips inside of each other. I got a couple little wheels from the thrift store. They're about a 6-inch wheel. Got me a 1/2-inch shaft for an axle. And then this piece of 3/8 bar for a spreader that will probably weld on the bottom of one of these tubes and we're actually going to put a third wheel back here, a little caster wheel, to hold it upright when we're when we're moving around. It's not hooked on the tractor. I'll give you a quick view of what it does here if I can get the camera set up. All right, we'll get that set up, but here's my thought. First, we're going to take and put these wheels here somewhere, and we'll cut off a little piece of this bar, weld the axle to that, and then we'll have this pipe welded on that, and then we'll have an adjustable bar here. We'll just weld a short piece on, or put a bracket on here and bolt it to this framework here. I suppose my head's in the way. Bolt this framework here so we can lift it up and down, because it's got to come up when it's aerating, go down when it's going to be transported. So anyway, this tubing slides in here. This looks like galvanized. We'll have to take a look at that and see what we got to do, but that's the plan. Kind of show you what we got here as far as this thing tipping. You pull this pin, and that lowers it, which is fine, but when you got this up, have this pin in here to hold it up. If you disconnect it from the tractor, get the pin out of there. Ouch. Anyway, this thing's very dangerous. Yeah, it wants to come up in a hurry. Ouch. Stuck myself right in the leg anyway. Anyway, it wants to come up in a hurry like that, and we're gonna try to eliminate that with this third wheel on here. So so you can see how dangerous it is. But we'll try and hook it back up here, and then get it figured out. I don't know if if a person didn't have permanent weights on there, it might not be too bad. I mean, it still tips over, but it don't tip over so violently. But if you don't put permanent weights on there, you strap them in, and hell, they end up falling off all the time because of bouncing around. So anyway, that's our plan. Anyway, that's our plan. I'm going to try to get it, get something fabricated up. We'll gather a few measurements here and get going on this. Alrighty. The first thing we're going to do is get our piece made that's going to bolt onto the framework. So we need a couple pieces out of this 1.5" strap here, or 1 3/4, I think it is. Yeah, maybe we'll use this 1.5". I think the 4. Let's see where that bend's at in there. Don't need to use that bend. I'll make it 3.5. 3.5. That'll be enough welding, and get a couple holes in there for our bolts to bolt to the framework. And then this, we only need let's make it 2 inches. That's going to be our little piece that this pipe will weld onto. And then our axle will go on the bottom of it, or maybe like that. I ain't sure yet. I'll have to go see how it fits in there. But anyway, probably go on the bottom. Let's cut these pieces. Get them over here in the saw and get them whacked off here. An old trusty saw, still going strong. Doing these kind of jobs, I use up I got this little scrap stuff laying around all the time. I get to use up a few pieces of that, fabricating something useful. So it's always nice to come up with a little project to use some of your small pieces of scrap. Bracket. That's just cutting oil. It's not really Mystic Metal Mover. I just put regular old cutting oil, dark cutting oil in there. Let's go over here and we'll deburr them real quick like. Put my safety glasses on. Alright, got them deburred. Get us a center line on this piece here. Yeah, what are we? 3.5, so 1 3/4. None of this is precision work, so kind of try to center that pipe on that, just to see where we can put our bolt holes. So we'll come in about a 1/2 inch for our bolt holes. 1/2 inch, 3/4, 3/4. All right, let me get a punch. Alrighty, we'll go ahead and drill some holes and we'll be back in a minute. Alrighty guys, we got a couple holes drilled in our mounting bracket, and I cut this at 5 inches. If I have to, I can change it, but I figure that's going to be my up and down here. Up and down movement. We'll have to figure out the length of the sliding tube to get things a little further along here, but we're going to go ahead and tack this on, or weld this on here. I'll try and get some of this galvanizing off of here. I'll just try and center this. Give me a square reference line. Get it straight up and down as you can. We'll just center it on our bracket. All righty. have to be careful welding this so that I don't get a burn through or something. I'll just tack it a little at a time. All right, seems to be pretty square there. We'll get us a welder fired up here and do some welding. Just going to use the trusty old Millermatic 200 on this job. .35 thousandths wire, C25 gas. I'm going to turn the fan on down here so that I can blow some of this galvanized smoke out of the way. Alright, got a little ventilation going here. Got some welds there in that pipe. Maybe I'll so far so good. Maybe I'll stick it a little weld across here. air. Let stuff dissipate a little bit. Alright. Got our bracket welded together nicely here. Pipe still slides in there. Alright, I think I'll go get ready. We'll mount this up on the machine and then we'll take some final measurements for the wheels and that. Okay, here we go. We got our bracket up on here. I marked one hole with a transfer punch. We'll go ahead and get that hole drilled, and then we'll put a bolt through there, and then we'll make sure everything's square, and we'll do the same thing over again. Get us a small hole to start with. Sit in this chair. I'm gonna have to get down here where I can get a little muscle into it. It may look off center, but the center of the tongue is right here. His weights are offset a little bit. To our 3/8. All right. I'm gonna gather me up bolts and some wrenches. I'll be right back. All right, got us some bolts, couple wrenches here. Need to get an open end for that, looks like. Alright, got a piece of slide tubing here. Stand back and take a look at that. to precision here for sure. All right. Transfer punch. Alright, we'll drill these holes open. Alrighty, got our what we'll do is we'll have it slide up, have a pin go through here, slide down, have a pin go through here, maybe same pin, I don't know, and our same hole, so we can raise up when we're down with our spikes and have it down when we're up on our wheels, so it don't kill you when it flips over. Alright, we'll go back in the shop, we'll get the wheels set up with the axle and weld it, or we won't weld it on here until we get a length maybe. Alrighty, let's get back in the shop. Alright, here we are at the mill. We'll go ahead and get our holes drilled for our cotter pins. I just eyeballed it for center, and there ain't nothing that has to be too precise here. Alrighty. About 3/8 from each end. going with a 3/16 drill bit. Plenty big key or cotter pin. There's a couple holes in there. Now let's go over here and put a little chamfer on these holes. Got them deburred nicely. Alrighty, we'll get set up for a little more welding here now. Alrighty, here we got our axle shaft welded to the plate. And then that other pipe will come out of the top of this, but we'll go ahead and get this shaft welded on here and go do some fitting. that cool off a minute and put the wheels on it, and then we can go get the final measurement for that pipe. Alrighty, here's our wheel assembly now. That's the washer on the inside, a little warm. These wheels do kind of have a front and a back to them, it looks like. Alright, here's our wheel assembly. Now let's go set it underneath there and see what kind of measurements we can get on that sliding up and down pipe. Alrighty guys, here we are again. So, my guess is okay, this is all the way down. That's all the way down. Okay, if we go up, yeah, we can use the same hole, it looks like, for up and down. In fact, we could even probably, okay. Let's go up a little bit. Yeah, we can use the same hole for the up and down position, I must say. And let's make our total length about there. All right, let's go cut this pipe, drill a hole right here, and we'll tack it on our wheels and we'll see how things work. I have to find a pin or a bolt or something to stick through there. But yeah, looks promising so far. Maybe it'll even swivel a little bit as we're rolling it around. Like I say, we can always drill more holes in here if we think it's not quite right. But we'll be up off the ground another inch or so. We might go a little bit below that mark. Alrighty, back in the shop we go. Alright, we got our total length here. We'll go ahead and cut that off. Again in the trusty old bandsaw here. Sorry for the herky-jerky around here, but I haven't got used to working with one hand like some of them better YouTube creators. And I move around too much to have it on a tripod sometimes, but we get her done. All right. I'm gonna cut off. Let's deburr it. Now we still got our mark on here for our hole. Right here's our mark. We were going to go a little bit below that, I think, so I'm going to drop down another 1/4 inch here and make that our mark. I'm going to find a pin of some kind and see what size hole we got to drill. Got a couple of these quick release pins. I don't know. I don't even see a brand name. I see a brand name, but I can't. 4 mil by 50. I don't know. But that looks like it'll work. And get the right size hole here. Size hole we need. 2475. Let's zero that out and go to millimeter. 628 millimeter. Let's go to fraction. 1/4 inch fraction. Well, maybe we'll drill one below a 1/4 inch, see how tight it is, and then go on to the 1/4 inch. Go down here to the mill again. Set up on here. Let it hang over the edge here a little bit. Drill at 15/64 first. Again, we'll just eyeball it for center. Nothing too critical here. Call that good. Yeah, we're gonna have to hit it with a 1/4 inch. Holds nice and tight. bird a little bit over here. Pin. And a little wire brushing. That's plenty tight. You might leave it alone. It'll loosen up over time. Well, should we tack it on there or should we? Yeah, let's tack it on. We can always cut it back on. All right, looking good. Full send. We got faith. Might have to take that slide bracket off to get this mounted, but let that cool off here for a minute and we'll go see if we did any good with this thing. Alrighty guys, here we are, moment of truth. Like I said, I think we're gonna have to take a bolt out of here, or at least loosen it up to get it in there. Thought is that it will rotate like a caster wheel or well, moment of truth. Let's unhitch it and see what it does. Put our tools off to the side so we don't spill them everywhere. Move you guys back here a little bit. Careful so I don't hit myself in the shin again. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. That's what we wanted. We wanted just to be able to roll that baby around like that without it killing us. Well, stick my key, put a cotter pin in here. Alright. We're going to roll it back over here. Push down on her bit. Put our hitch pin in. Maybe. Then when we're using it, drop it down. We got a whole bunch of space between the ground and it, well, so it can dig in there. You know what? I call that a success. We might, just for the hell of it, give it a paint job so it looks like it belongs there. But yeah, I think we'll call this one a success. Thanks guys for joining along. This will save my back and my knees and who knows what else from that thing flopping over all the time. But I think it's, like I said, I think we got success here. Oh, I got it down on the ground. I forgot. Got the tangs down. But all right, if you like it, give me a thumbs up, please, and let's get a little comment going on this to see if any of you guys got one of these that we could use. We'll catch you later on the next one. Thanks for joining Ed's Metal.